Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly and today I'm going to be talking about all of the books that I plan to read to my kids this summer. They always are reading with me, of course, but I don't always remember to share exactly what we're reading and doing, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. We try to do lots of read alouds and just time like that together because so many other things compete with reading in the summertime. There's the good, healthy things like swimming, and then of course the kids are asking me if they can play Minecraft, and I'm continually saying, no, not right now. Why don't you go pick up a book? But I want it to be a fun experience reading. I want it to be relaxing, and I want it to be enjoyable for all of us. So I try to pick books that are going to feed their souls. Sometimes we just do fun and silly reads too, and things that aren't necessarily too meaningful, because reading should be fun, right? I mean, I still like my occasional YA fantasy that is not necessarily the most advanced writing, might be a little basic. So sometimes we do some of that too. So here, most of these are not basic though. So the first one, this is kind of what I call a nonfiction living book, The Wright Brothers and Their Sister, The Story of the Wright Brothers and Sisters by Lois Mills. And this is a story of the Wright brothers, you know, and their famous flight and the kind of story to get them there and how their sister was involved in their lives and their family. And I like that it's very factual, but they tell it more like a story. So actual conversations may not be exactly like the conversations that were had. It's very appropriate for kids. I would say like first, second grade on up. And then another one that I'm sharing that's kind of what I would call like a living book is Grandpa's Box. And this is by Starr, Meade. And this is a precious book. I did this with my other two kids when they were, one was in third grade and the other one was in first. So I did this as part of their history, and this kind of tells a biblical story with a grandpa, like using things that he's carved to tell them different stories from ancient times and biblical times. So it's really a pretty cool book. I recommend it. It's very sweet. Now, a children's classic that was an absolute favorite of mine when I was a child, A Girl of the Limberlost by Stratton Porter. I mean, I can't even tell you what this book meant to me when I was a little girl. It's about Elnora, and life's kind of a disaster for her. Her mom doesn't get her. Her mom's not very personable, but she kind of starts going to the forest next to her. It's called the Limberlost, and she kind of starts becoming a lover of nature and just so into the beauty of this swampy forest area. She finds the beauty of that. And as she does that, the beauty of herself starts to come out and permeates her life, and life starts getting better, and she starts developing relationships. And I just really recommend it. I think this is a great one for kids. I hope my boys might be interested in some of the sciencey talk in here. And I hope that they're interested in the story of Elnora herself too. We'll see how it goes. These are some fun mysteries. We're on the third one. This is the Red Rock Mysteries, and this is the third one, Missing Pieces, that we're on right now. And it's about a brother and a sister and everything that they're going through. And it's just, they've lost a father, they have a new stepfather, a new stepsister, but there's fun mysteries that keep happening, and I think it's really appropriate for upper elementary and middle school age readers if they're going to read it on their own. For young readers, there's a couple of sort of intense but not too high-stake moments, so just preview if you're going to read aloud for younger kids. But we've been just enjoying this as a family. It's an easy read that jumps back from the brother and the sister's perspectives. We'll be continuing on with others in the series. Now, the world's #1 storyteller, Roald Dahl. Okay, so this is a collection of his short stories, and I have not read his short stories before. So Henry Sugar and 6 more stories is in this collection. So I'm really excited to dive in. For those of you that may not know, he is the author of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda and some of those other really fun children's classic novels now. Now, there are 2 books that I have not decided. I'm excited to read them. So if we get to them, and I may not even get through all of this in the summertime, I don't force myself to read for a really long time every day. That's not the point. You know, it's just to have a little bit of time to relax with the kids. So you guys, don't force yourself to sit and read to your kids for a long time. Nobody's going to be happy about it if it's just like, okay, this is what we have to do. Take it casually. When they're having a snack or eating a meal, you know, you don't get to eat half the time anyway, so you might as well read to them while they're having lunch or something like that. So make it easy, and then when they're done eating lunch, you can have a minute to yourself to eat, maybe read your book. So these 2 may not get done, but I will try to read them. Our history cycle this year, we have been going, we did do, like when they were super little, they just did American history, and then they cycled through ancient all the way up to modern times, like I taught them about September 11th, and these are my older 2. My younger one wasn't quite there yet, but he's going to be joining in with history with the big kids this year, and we're going to be doing a cycle through ancient times all the way to modern times. So it'll be a good time for us to try to do different read alouds that correlate with the times. So if we don't get to these this summer, I'll try to stick in. This is the Victory Garden. I'm sure you guys have all heard about that. During World War II, people were very encouraged to grow their own food, and they would call them Victory Gardens. And this is by Kochenderfer, and it's about like 1943, and there's this little girl. She's like wondering when all this is all going to be over. And she wants to plant a victory garden just to kind of help the war effort. So that's all I really know about this. Now, this is one I have read before, and I'm so thrilled to share it with my kids. This is The Wednesday Wars by Gary Schmidt. I do not like this cover. It does not show what a wonderful book this is. This needs to be a beautiful cover. I'm sorry if you love the cover, and I don't mean to offend you, but this book I have read, and I've not shared with my kids yet, and I'm excited to share it with them. It is about a teacher and a student and how they connect. It's during the Vietnam War. This kid, everybody else goes like to, I think, like Catholic catechisms or something, if I'm remembering correctly, except he's not Catholic. So he stays there on Wednesday when the teacher would normally get a break. So she starts teaching him Shakespeare. And the teacher's husband is away in the war. It's just an uncertain time, and it's just such a darn good book, guys. Pick up The Wednesday Wars. All right, friends, thank you for coming and seeing what I'm going to read with my kids. As far as audiobooks, we are going to be, my daughter and I have already read the whole Green Ember series, but with the whole family, we're doing the audiobook of the Green Ember's last book, the 4th book, and that's Embers, and I totally recommend that middle grade series. It is by S.D. Smith, and I will put a picture up of that book that we're on right now. All right, guys, love you, and read a lot. Bye-bye.